I just bought 3 Stadia controllers for £15 each. That works out to be about $20. Did I just waste my money, or was it a good buy? Well, looks like Stadia is down from January 18th, 2023, but can you still make use of Stadia controllers? So Stadia has just released an update to enable Bluetooth, meaning you can now use your controller to play PC games and also games on Android phone. This doesn't work on PlayStation or Xbox since those platforms are locked. Comparing the competition, looking at a PlayStation 4 controller is around about $60, and the same for the Xbox controller. So in comparison, if you can get this controller for $20, I'd say that's a really good buy, especially if you plan to use this controller for PC gaming. And that's not me even mentioning the fact that PS5 controllers cost even more money. So considering the Stadia originally launched for $130, the build quality of the controller itself is really sturdy, it's very strong, it won't flex, the buttons feel really good, although the D-pad is lacking slightly, but still it's very usable. You've also got additional buttons in the middle which you can use for sharing and screen capture, and compared to some of the modern controllers you get today, the triggers don't feel all that great compared to Xbox or PlayStation, but for £15 each you can't really complain too much for the quality of the controller you're getting. In addition, compared to the DS4 and the Xbox controllers, you're getting a USB-C connection, and also you have a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.2 connection on the actual controller itself. You have USB-C port, and in addition you're getting also a Google Ultra Chromecast. Now, connecting the controller, of course, you just plug in the USB cable into your laptop or PC, connect the USB-C connector to your controller, and then what you want to do is you want to navigate to the Stadia website, where you can then flash the firmware so that you can then use this controller as a Bluetooth controller on any device. Of course, that only includes PC, and you can also use this to play games on your Android phone. Now, it's worth reading some of the material that you get from the website, because you do lose the Wi-Fi capability of the controller, and it would only work with Bluetooth on those platforms, including PC and Android phones. Once you're happy, you can then click on the Bluetooth mode to say that you're happy to flash the controller. This is irreversible, so once you do the Bluetooth mode, you can't go back. You click the start button when you're ready to start flashing the controller. Just accept the Google Terms of Service, and in this case I've already connected my controller to my laptop, so I'll click continue. Now you need to allow Chrome to verify the controller, so you just click verify, choose the controller and click continue. The controller will be verified, so you move on to the next step. Now this bit is a little bit tricky. You need to unplug the controller, hold down the 3 column buttons while your controller is plugged in, and then plug in the controller and press that button combination that they show you on screen. It's very easy to do this. It does feel a bit fiddly at first, and you don't really get any confirmation that this has actually worked or not. However, once you've done this, you press the continue button and the program will tell you whether it's actually occurred or not. Once you've done that and you press the continue button, then you allow Chrome to download the update, so you just click the download button, and again you'll get a prompt that will come up for you to download the firmware for the controller. Click continue and it will then start to update your controller, and it will say download complete. Then what you want to do is then you want to press the continue button and then allow Chrome to install it onto the controller itself. This will then start installing Bluetooth mode onto the Stadia controller, and then once you're done, hey presto, you're good to go. This was a lot easier than I anticipated. Reading some of the guides online made it seem more complicated than it actually was, and then you can then explore how you can use the controller as a Bluetooth controller for other platforms. You need to press the Stadia button as well as the Y button, and then you'll start getting a white flashing light on the controller which will tell you that it's ready to pair. It will also give you instructions on what all the different indicators mean on the controller. Once you've done that, then you can then disconnect the controller from your computer, and what the next thing you need to do is you need to pair your device. You go into settings, click on Bluetooth, and then you want to click add device on the top right. Once that's done, you click on Bluetooth. It will find the Stadia controller and then it will connect to the controller. Once it has successfully connected, then you can try it out on a couple of games. I just thought I'd just show you the syncing button so that it will sync to the computer. You can see it slowly starts to flash, and then the white light starts flashing saying that the controller is ready to pair. I thought I'd try it out first on RetroArch, being the most, I wouldn't say obscure, but it's the least common platform that maybe people would use to play games. I quite love RetroArch because I love playing some retro games, and I thought I'd try it out on Contra 3 Alien Wars just to see what it was like to play some of those old games. And playing this, it worked out really well. The controls felt really tight, it felt very accurate, and you know, I actually got a lot further in this game than I usually would using this controller, so I was really happy with the accuracy and the performance. It's amazing that you can get a controller that actually costs $130. Okay, maybe the Chromecast had added some cost to that, but overall, you know, you're getting a really good quality controller to play some of these classic games, and it's only going to cost you £15 or $20 each. I also tried this out on a couple of other classic games like on N64 or Dreamcast, and although the mapping I needed to adjust a little bit just so that I felt comfortable with the controls, it still performed really well on all of those games. So next up, what I wanted to try was a Steam game just to see how it performed, and I thought I'd try it out on Counter-Strike. So to my surprise, you can actually control the mouse with the controller, moving it up and down, and then pressing the A button to then select the options that you want. So once I managed to get the game up and running, I then started a match to see how it performed in CSGO. And to my surprise, I was quite happy with the controls. It was kind of what I was expecting, and you know, it was very accurate and easy to aim with this controller. And in terms of latency over Bluetooth, again, it's what you would expect on any other standard controller from Xbox and PS4 or even PS5. So would I recommend this? Most definitely I would. If you needed to get some budget controllers to add to your PS4, PS5 or Xbox One X, any console or PC that you want to play games on, I'd highly recommend getting these controllers as a budget option rather than selecting some of the more expensive controllers you can get out there. So go out and buy either a second-hand or new Stadia controller to use as a Bluetooth controller. So if you like this content, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.